Hold on. It is correct. I thought the video had to be rotated because it's saying it should be rotated like 90 degrees, but apparently not. Right. Good enough? I think it's good enough. Just give me 1 second. Did you guys see Timon uploaded? He uploaded his world's 4x4 finals of the last time, so 2 years ago. Just in time for Worlds this time around. All right, almost ready. Why can't I see the chat? Bro, what? What's wrong? There it is. Yeah, it's been 2 minutes. Let me just set everything up. I'm not no professional streamer. I'm a professional coach. One of my students is competing today, so gotta keep my eyes on WCA Live. The camera looks weird still. It seems compressed or something. visible enough. Time to practice. No, I'm not going to Worlds, sadly. I don't have that many students yet. Need to be a bit better of a coach for that. It's mostly a money issue. I'll definitely go to Euros though next year, because in 2026 it's in the Netherlands, and even though I'm not in the Netherlands right now, it's a good reason to go back. The lighting is kind of garbage, to be honest. Maybe I have to turn on the lights. And after Euros, I'll definitely go to Worlds as well. And I should definitely stay more consistent with 4x4 practice, because I just have a talent for this event. It's not showing right now. I'm kind of doing just terrible right now. Yeah, and I'm currently not in a position to really get the podium. 4x4 would be my only chance. I could make finals for 3x3, 4x4. 4x4 is probably most likely if I were to go. 5x5, even though I'm ranked almost as a top player, it's still my worst rank out of all of the events I'm good at. I'm 28th in the world for 5x5, but my current NR average is really good for 5x5. Yesterday it started raining here, and I even got a row alert. So in every country, I believe you have those alerts when there's extreme weather or anything. I got the row alert for some rain, but it really wasn't that bad, to be honest. But I did flee the Netherlands because of the weather, and then I had to endure it again. What am I doing? Three by three finals is so tough these days. Last Worlds, my ranking was like, I don't know, 10th in the world or something, 13th, somewhere there. And if you look right now, I haven't improved my average since then, which is pretty sad. But if you look now, my ranking is like 23rd or something. I can definitely beat my NR, but that's mostly because I'm a better competitor these days, not because I've improved so much. Leo is not going? Really? I mean, I'm practically voluntarily not sponsored, but I believe Leo is sponsored, right? This is, what's it called? It's the Moyu double track. Oh, I could feel I was on pace, but my 3x3 stage is slightly weak. Did you guys see I did a F12 pair before I finished my edges? Gotta pay attention, right? Because it was a free pair. I recently switched my algo for that CBLS, so that's why I paused. Same ZBLO in a row, by the way. That's pretty rare. Look ahead. It's difficult to say on 4x4. I barely have had to think about it because almost nobody's getting coaching for 4x4, but it's mostly just the same as for normal 3x3, just getting familiar with all the cases. But with 3x3, all the F12 algs are mostly just algorithms. They're very similar in terms of the moves you do, which is true for edge pairing, but for cross edges, that's the hardest part to really get no pauses. What am I doing? I did like 2 Y2s. Y2s are much more tempting on 4x4 because otherwise you're just in a completely different angle. I think they're both good. This is the double track. I also have the triple track, but which I think I do prefer that one. I got my NR on the double track, but that was because I tried to set up my triple track real good. That was the plan at least, but I just ended up overlooping it, and it's terrible now. I could show you guys the solve, but it's not gonna be good. I can tell you that. Right, this is another stream where I'll just be talking. I did one stream where I didn't feel like it. I didn't wake up a social person. I didn't wake up as an extrovert, but today I did. So I'll talk this time, but my souls will be worse. You have to forgive me for that. So the special techniques I'm using for 4x4, I have a whole list of them. I have like a full page on Google Docs full of ideas for better 4x4 techniques, and one of them I really I'm getting the hang of now is algorithmic edge pairing. So there aren't too many cases. There are, you can reduce it down to like 12 cases for the 4x4 algorithmic. It's just 3 cycles, right? So the algs are really familiar, really similar to hold on. The algs are really similar to just algs, just random algs, FOL algs, CDLS algs, on just 3x3 that you would be doing. No 4x4, you just like add like a wide move here or there, or a slice move here or there. And I'm really liking it. It's only like 16, 12 cases, something like that. and you really have to get the hang of it. It does take a little bit to implement, but once you've got it, it's a good method. I actually do a lot of slow solves for 4x4. The main reason I do them right now is to have less regrips during my cross edges and be more ergonomic during my cross edges. That's my main goal as of late. Slow solves are great, but you have to do them. The purpose of a slow solve is to pay attention to not rely on your intuition, not to look ahead. The idea of a slow solve is to improve your technique. And once you improve your technique, you can start doing it in solves and get it ingrained in your intuition. So then you can develop look ahead for the new types of moves you're doing. Yeah, I could go on and on about the things I'm working on for 4x4. One thing that's really important that's already pretty mainstream is learning all the angles, or not angles, all the, like when you start your edge pairing, you can slice with a U move or you can slice with a U white prime move, both white moves of course. And then you can proceed to add pieces on the bottom or at the top. So there's 4 possible directions, 4 possible like dimensions you can start your edge pairing in. And I'm trying to get good at all of them. Another thing I'm working on is to start doing my F2L while I'm doing edge pairing. So sometimes there's just a pair or just an edge already made, and then you can just insert the pair and then just pay attention so you don't mess up the pair while you do the rest of your edges. That's not too hard, but another thing is something I call half pairs. You can guess what that is. It's pretty self-explanatory, but this does relate to also the technique I was talking earlier about the direction you slice in doesn't matter for half pairs, but it does matter if you do top pairing or bottom pairings, what I call it. So if you start, like say we are doing edge pairing right now, the way I do it most of the time is do white U prime and look at this one, and this is the white blue one, so you'd have to add a white blue one here to then match it. But another way you can do it is, since you have to do a white U, you can look at this one and then add the yellow green one over here. So that's top pairing, and that's what's necessary for half pairing. Otherwise, you can't preserve all the cases. Let me think, is there something else I'm working on? Well, the last layer, but you guys are seeing that every other solve when I get OLO parity. And apart from that, that's pretty much it. I think I do cross-edge manipulation during my first two centers. I do also take inspiration from Timofey Tarasenko. He's the fastest one, I think, that does cross on bottom, I think. Maybe he also does cross on top when pairing up his cross edges. And I'm definitely going to practice that. All right, I've been skipping the chat, so maybe you guys already left. Oh, this is easy. Aiming for a world's title? I mean, what do you mean? I'm not going to worlds, sadly. Yeah, this cube is not the greatest. I definitely should either attempt to set one of my 4x4s up to be really good again, but I doubt I'm gonna be able to do that. So I should probably just get a new one. Not sure if that was worth it. It's a new method, which is, it practically comes down to avoiding PLL parity when you have OLL parity. That's what you're gaining from it. You guys are probably asking yourself how in the world I got a 21 average when these are my at-home sessions, but you know, I ain't cheating. I'm just trash at home. Nice. That was a good solo. I did a lot of fancy techniques in that solo, and it was still a really good one. See, with cases like that, I'm starting to get a little bit of a look at into my new PLL plus parity EPLLs. There's still no good name for it. I guess I can just call it Ulrich last layer, because I mean that's where all the credit is going. But I'm pretty sure he didn't do it all on his own. What's up, Denzel? See, when I can get an OLL skip, both my intuition, like me itself, tells me to just do the normal OLL parity. But I think it's probably still better to do that. That was one of the best cases for the 3-cycle edge pairing. It's literally just a sledgehammer and then with some wide moves. Good scramble. Damn. Pretty clean. I just lock up every 5th turn on this stupid cube. I mean, I used to average 26 on 4x4 as well, or 21. Wait. Yeah, those cases are not too familiar yet. There's 3 cycles where all the unsolved pieces are at the top. You could just do a setup move, just an R prime to reduce it down to one of the other cases, but I don't think that's really worth it. See, if I just get a normal, boring saw, I'll get decent times. But if I stop doing this fancy stuff, I need to change the title to be consistent. Wrong anyway. See, I find it a bit risky to go for the fancy stuff if I don't do CBLS as well, because then I have to force 3 of my last layer edges to be oriented and to get the corners right. So made a bit too many mistakes. See, I solved 2 F12 pairs during my edges. No, it wasn't a great time, but give it some years and easy world record. 4x4, what do I average? Hard to say. If I generally try to get a good time and have a good cube, that's another important detail. Probably like 23. And right now I'm also genuinely trying, but I'm also doing fancy techniques that I'm not that good at yet. So nice. And 4x4 it's really important you always know what's going on. If you lose track of your like a chain of edges during your edge pairing, you might just have to look at the back, which kind of sucks. At that one big pause. That's exactly what I said happened. What am I doing? Yikes. What techniques? I explained it all already. But the short, you can just rewatch it, but the short version is half pairs, algorithmic, like 3 style edge pairing, the last layer parity method, and that's about it. Yeah, first three edges, I do, I try to solve them, like half of the time, I will solve a cross edge while doing the first two centers. So I'm gonna do it right now. Solving the orange one. I'm white only on 4x4. One thing you can also try that's not very effective at all, but I'll do it very rarely. It's like, how do you explain it? It's kind of like when you have an edge like this, where whites are connected but they aren't the right one, you can make another one of these with one green, one orange, and then after like a double move, they can both pair up. So that way you can solve two of them at once. I haven't really run the numbers yet on the last layer method. I do have a sheet. It's not my sheet though. I'll ask the owner if I can publicize it. That's pretty good. That was one of those solves where you're right on the edge of losing your look ahead flow. You know what I mean? you already know how mad I'm going to be, having learned this special method for all parity on last layer. If somebody were to get really good with all parity avoidance, that would piss me off so much. Okay, let me check how my student is doing. Oh, wrong button. This one. He got a world record? No, he didn't. Soon enough, though. Luca Dalton. 10:45. Pretty good. That's okay. I'm telling you guys, he's upcoming. He's 8 years old now. So compared to Schweini Gang, he's not as good as Schweini Gang, but he also started like 2 years ago. So he has potential. And he's Dutch, so that makes me happy. Nice. Keep in mind, this 22 that I'm getting, I'm not sure how it correlates. Let me check after this solve. But that 22 might have been a double parity if I just did normal OLO parity and then, you know, like all the noobs are doing. Just kidding, guys. But I'm just avoiding the PLO parity. So while you guys are worried getting double parity, I can never get double parity if I do that method. So so if this looks like a normal U-perm, right? If you just flip this edge in your mind, it's just solve, opposite, adjacent, adjacent. So, okay, so that one, okay, it was single parity, the 22. It obviously depends on what's your main parity alg. But I would use that alg. So that one's double parity. Yeah, I'll share. A lot of people are asking for the alg sheet. I'll probably make a video on it, to be honest. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah. Why did I pause? Ah. I will stop the stream pretty soon. My look head was suddenly gone. Just thought of it in time. It's 17%. No. Okay, one more song. Then I'll close it off. Up at 5:30. I mean, I woke up at 6 this morning. And I regularly wake up at 6. I almost beat you. You know, in order for me to watch Worlds properly, I'm gonna need to either stay up really late or wake up really early. Ooh. Okay, this is not my last song. I cannot end it like this. I know there's something good here. But does that? Yeah, that works. Okay. Oh, you have to be kidding me. Okay, I'm not ending on this solve here. I need a good solve. Imagine having a 21 PR average and then getting 3 30s in a row. Okay, these edges and the edges in 3x3 stage was carrying that solve. What was that split even? That was probably like a flip at 13 or something. Yeah. Alright, that's terrible. No sub 20s. I'm very sorry. I only got a 20. But, you know, the title wasn't, I'm gonna get a sub 20. The title was, I'm gonna show off.